Welcome back, honored scion. We who knew of your mission have been most anxious to see you return. The Yellow Seer waits you within. Sprinting. Every time I come this way, I'm just like, this is my of all of the meeting areas, this one's my favorite. Like the Admiral's place is nice. The old one is big. This one's just cool. We are usually just standing around because it's just like the 3 sacred chairs. At least in the Ul'dah one, we're usually all sitting. Aincred? I fancy my presence was more helpful than hindrance during our troubles with the Leviathan. But this time around, well, even I have my off days. Well, sometimes we're all not needed in immediate combat. It would seem that Dita's appraisal of the situation held some merit after all. Mayhap I should not be so swift to discount her intuition. You should have seen Maxio when we got back to Little Solace. Grateful is an understatement. I thought he was going to shake Papa Limo's hand off. Ah, the hero of the hour. Let us not keep the LAC sword rating. Okay.
You are returned to us, dear friend, and none the worse for bearing the heavy burden which I did press upon you. Most glad am I of this.
Listen, the Lord of Leven pressed an even heavier burden on me to excise all sin from men's hearts. Okay.
I am informed that your efforts to negotiate a peace with Lord Ramuh ended in conflict. Pray tell me, what befell?
It wasn't necessarily conflict, it was trial by combat. And then he accepted me as the champion of harmony.
I fear there is truth to his claim. It is the darkness within us that attracts the darkness without.
Oh, I told her everything, and I was just like, okay, so then he said this, and he said that, you know, the darkness of mankind will all but linger, we should just slaughter them all, and I was just like, geez, that's taken a bit far, don't you think? And then I was just like, we have potential for good as well, and he was just like, you're all bitches, and I was just like, well, the soul fellows, your other selves don't think I'm a bitch, look at this crystal. And he was just like, huh, that was given to you by free will, and you certainly didn't take that. Alright, trial of combat, and I was like, okay. And then he was like, alright, you have to excise all darkness from people's hearts. And I was just like, that seems like a difficult task. He's like, you're the champion of harmony, act decisively, and don't be a meek little bitch. And I was like, okay. I'm already, you know, being the champion of peace all but everywhere, so I'll just keep on keeping on. The darkness within us that tracks the capital D darkness without.
It cannot be denied that misfortune follows man. For evidence, one need only look to the conflict brewing in Carteneau, or to the rising flood of refugees. Our shared struggle against the Empire should have served to seal our union. Yet the ties which bind the Alliance strain under the weight of gross self-interest. As the scars of the calamity begin to fade, so too does our sense of common purpose. Yet now is scarce the time to forget our shared responsibility. If this new-sprung realm is to survive beyond its infancy, it must needs be nurtured by all.
Khan Isana, best of the lot. I mean, Nanamu was great, but she's being held back by the Syndicate.
Eorzea must be as one. Yet I fear that dream is still far off. On behalf of the people of Gridania and the Elementals both, I thank you for all that you and your fellow scions have done.
No problem. I signed up for the shit.
Full oft have I been compelled to look to you for aid of late, and offered all too little in return. As leader of this nation, I shall endeavor to prove a more worthy ally to your cause henceforth.
Thanks so much, Kinesna. Just remember all we've done for you when we come and call in favors. Now, we help each other out. Hold on.
Lord Ramuh has departed, yet the keening of this ill wind grows no less insistent. Voices of the forest, pray speak and I shall listen. What unseen evil begets this unease in my heart?
Be not get answer. Just like vaguely something doth come. Tragedy on the way. Okie dokie. Vita. You should. Oh no, same line, same line. Alright. Thus ends another daunting mission, eh, Kelwyn? I'd hoped Lord Ramuh could be persuaded with words alone, but nonetheless I can only admire the adroitness with which you respond to the primal sudden challenge. It seems that Urianger too was pleased with the outcome. What say you, Kelwyn? Shall we gather back to the Rising Stones and ponder the lessons of the day? Speak with Nymphilia, the Rising Stones. Alright. Travel. Let's return. Let us speak with Nymphilia anon. Oh, people have moved. New dialogue. The children are quick to take to Eorzean's ways, but I cannot claim the same flexibility. Is it Flahamin or is it Flahamine? I haven't heard her name pronounced yet. My brother said it was mean and not whatever min, so I don't know how to pronounce her name. Duty calls, well, no matter the task, I have faith you will see it through to the end. Take care, Kelwyn. I look forward to hearing all about your adventures when you return. Where am I going? I just got back. Koharu? Hey, Miss Kellyan. What's a Ramuh? Is it cute and fluffy like a horse bird? Certainly fluffy. Maybe not as cute. I tried substituting in native ingredients several times, but the results was but a pale imitation of authentic Doman cuisine. Well, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you got with what you got. Mayhap one day we shall accompany you into the field, but for now we must see to less glamorous duties. Don't worry, B-Squad, you're doing great. For you. Speaking with Masterful has opened my eyes to a great many things. I had no idea the world outside Doma was so strange and wonderful. Worried about leaving us alone, don't be. While the Archons are away, Hoary Boulder will keep the little ones safe. Okay. Miss Kelwyn, isn't true you're going to go adventuring again? I'm so jealous, dude. I'm always adventuring. It never stops. Okay, Nymphilia. Welcome back, Kelwyn. Word of your momentous encounter with Lord Ramuh precedes you. I would fain share news of mine own, but Urianger's discoveries must take precedence. Upon witnessing your defeat of the Lord of Levin, our learned companion was struck with a profound insight regarding the nature of the Ascians' immortality. Let's assemble and discuss his observation together. Alright. It's gonna be voice acting?
If everyone is ready, let us begin. Urianger, the floor is yours.
As all here assembled now know, in its final hours as our Order's headquarters, the waking sands did play host to a most unexpected visitor. I speak of the Ascian clad in white, Elidibus.
Elidibus.
Unwelcome though his presence was, his words that day did serve to confirm a truth long suspected, that the Ascians are eternal beings, to whom physical destruction is as a temporary inconvenience.
Well, that's why we went through all the trouble to use the crystal or whatever to slay La Habrea, right? That happened? Did that not happen yet? Am I confusing storylines?
In the intervening time, Urianger and I have striven to discover a means by which the Ascians might more permanently be slain.
And 'tis my belief that we have found the thread that will allow us to unravel the twisted skein of their existence.
Is this where it's the crystal thing? I think this is when it's the crystal
In the moments prior to
thing.
Leviathan's most recent manifestation, the Sahagin elder who summoned him was observed to undergo some manner of ascension.
Now, because wasn't it after the Gaius fight where, you know, you get the where y'all rush at La Habrea, whatever, and we like wield like a spear of light or some shit? Does that happen in two separate occasions? I don't know.
The etheric readings taken by Y'shtola at the time of this
Y'shtola.
transfiguration
I keep
have
saying
proven
Y'shtola.
most enlightening.
The disruption to the flow of ether was sudden and dramatic. So tangible was the agitation, I scarce had need of my goggles.
The significance of Y'shtola's readings might better be understood in the context of mine own, taken at the instant of the Lord of Levin's demise. Unlike the Primal, the Sahagin was not subject to etheric dissipation.
Before discussing our new discoveries, it may benefit us all to recall what we know of etheric behavior.
All right. Etheric behavior, magic science lesson 101.
Let us begin at what some might call the end. When we who dwell in the material realm die, our spirits dissolve into the flow of ether and are returned to the ethereal realm. In turn, the restless energy which suffuses that plane streams back into our world, giving rise to new life.
The life stream.
"'Tis as the heavens did decree, the way of all mortal souls. Twixt this world and the next do the ethereal currents swirl, bearing the very essence of life. Thus doth the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth continue unabated."
Primals behave somewhat differently. In order to manifest and then maintain a physical presence in this realm, they must consume vast quantities of ether, most often in the form of crystals. Though they may seem to live, their flesh is but ether given shape. Thus, a defeated primal leaves behind no broken corpse. Rather, the essence of its form seeps back into the land whence it came, and the energy of its shattered spirit is called back to the ethereal realm.
And there it waiteth, till next the prayers of the faithful do draw it forth from the sea of ether, to take their offering of crystals and make for itself a new body.
That's been in Magic 101 with
Which
Minfilia
brings
and
us on to the
Urianger.
third group, The so-called immortals, they exist in a manner all their own.
Quite. Even as the Sahagin Elder fell to the Admiral's musket shot, I witnessed the release of an ethereal cloud, which immediately took possession of a nearby minion.
And also gave him the new digs.
A soul that dissipateth not upon the death of the flesh.
The secret of life everlasting, and in the claws of a Sahagin no less. But I wonder, what would happen to one of these obstinate spirits, should there be no suitable host for it to claim?
If mortal death entails a return to the ethereal realm, it seems doubtful that the soul of an immortal would venture there.
Nay, it merely withdraweth the distance, unto the shore of the ethereal sea, perchance, but no further.
In the plain betwixt realms.
Yes, it exists in neither this realm nor the next, abiding instead in the space that lies between them. The Ascians took control of Thancred by means of a crystal of darkness, an artifact which, if our theories are correct, serves as a gateway to the place I have just described.
I was hoping people had forgotten about that.
What, that you got possessed?
I am sorry, my friend.
For a mercy, the weary road of our research hath brought us unto an answer.
The Sahagin ascended to an immortal state, but he did not possess a crystal of darkness through which to flee this realm. Thus was he consumed by Leviathan.
Okay, so what, he needs a crystal of darkness to get to the place betwixt planes?
If we could
Or as, like,
entrap
a manner of
the spirits
travel?
defeated Ascians in like manner, and thereby deny them resurrection,
We could murder them, crush them in our fist.
Therein lieth the path to victory. Thou art most perceptive, my lady.
Okay, so we didn't do that yet. Whoops, I am confusing my story. Or the line of the story the story is going.
Only when we have trapped the bodiless soul within an ethereal prison can we hope to defeat its unnatural constancy. Thus might even an eternal paragon be consigned to oblivion.
These feats are, of course, far easier said than done. At present, we lack a viable means to entrap and extinguish an Ascian soul. Yet, I believe it to be possible. The pieces of the puzzle lie before us. We have but to put them together.
I mean... Okay. I mean, like, the fact that their energies return to the ethereal sea and then come back and are reborn, it's almost like eternal life, but not quite. So it's kind of sad to be like, the Ascians to you know, it's sad to hear the words extinguish a soul. I wonder if even the Ascians are killed, maybe they get like, they get their essences doled off to the rest of the ethereal sea as well. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I know it gets complicated later down the line in terms of what the Ascians actually are. But yeah, and what like we are, and you know the multiple the 13 worlds and whatnot.
I will depart at once to convene with the sages of Sharlayan. Together shall we divine the steps by which our goals may be achieved.
I have the utmost faith in you, Archon.
Oh, you're turning
Beg
back? Why?
pardon, antecedent.
Oh, here we go.
But I would raise one final matter. Even now, a Sharlayan survey party seeketh to ascertain the fate of the students of Baldessian. Their findings shall soon be known to us. Though you harbor feelings of dread, I bid you surrender not to sorrow, but abide instead in hopeful prayer.
I shall, Archon. Thank you.
Well, the fact that a whole island poofed is, you know, maybe not the best. What is this 13th organization Kingdom Hearts shit? Or whatever. Is that what it's called, Kingdom Hearts? This looks so similar. Igor Uran, the Lord of Levin, is returned to Aether, as was Leviathan before him. Now, Brellius, Ramu's acquiescence was most intriguing. Inferno, Vortex, Crag, Whirl, and Levin all have been humbled by the Bringer of Light. That's what I do. That's most of the elements as well. I'm just missing, because that's fire, wind, earth, water, lightning. And then I believe there's ice, which comes into play in Heaven's Word shit. And then I don't know if there's another one. And then there's like other primals not related to elements. Or with other not as like tied to an element. The limitless potential of man, Hydaelyn's servant, grows mightier by the day. Yet she prospers at great cost to her mistress, whose strength is all too finite. 7 times have the masses survived the rejoining, but their souls are grown weak and wane. Wane. Yet even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. All that remains is to nurture the strength of the gifted, to forge the final key. There's a lot of like, I forget what the ardor is again. It even as it enervates, the ardor empowers our master. Hold on. Okay, so we survived the rejoinings. Understand that. Nurture the gifted to forge the final key. Okay. And that is a task which we bend our every effort. Oh, it's La Habrea, this bitch. So he was actually not dead. Divine seeds were ever wont to quicken in Eorzea's fertile soil. We need only lead men to the field, and by their eager hand shall a new deity arise. Encourage more primals, says La Habrea. That which was shattered shall be made anew, and the one true God shall come again. Very ominous. What an interesting location, just in the middle of space. Guardian of Eorzeum. Ophelia has some correspondences she wishes to share with you. I guess these are, I think these are all DPS gems. Yeah, did we just try to just I don't know some of these some of these mean, so I'm just looking at them. Affects the amount of damage dealt by both physical and magic attacks. Oh, so I probably want that one. Tenacity. So I don't actually know what some of these stats mean. Where's tenacity? Oh, down here. Affects the amount of physical and magical damage dealt and received, as well as HP restored. The higher the value, the more damage dealt, the more HP restored, and the less damage taken, only applicable when the role is tank. Oh. Okay, so that's for that, and then skill speed. Affects both casting and recast timers. Okay, yeah, so I probably want this one, right? Oh hey LJ. Yep, I'm still on. Still here for a little bit longer. Trying to get through as much story as possible. Probably be on for like another little bit here. Start to go shopping, cook dinner, meal prep, and clean. Nice, Sue. That's a lot. Way to go. Had to go do things. I understand. Welcome back. Alright, accept. How's the game treating you? It's going alright. I'm confusing when because I spoiled myself on a lot of the story already. I'm confusing myself as to what has already happened in the story and what hasn't happened yet. And I'm also getting cases of deja vu where it's just like, oh, I know what's going to happen here, but I don't remember if it's because I've done it or it's because I've watched it. Yeah, the thing is I wasn't sure if when I would return to Final Fantasy, and so I just spoiled it. I've been keeping up with the story outside of playing the game, so I've spoiled myself on most of the story, so there's that. But I did like remap my keys and everything, and did a couple of the primal fights with groups, and I didn't fail horribly this time, or at least not as horribly as I did on the Mooglmog fight. The Great King Mogglemog, or whatever. It's still fun, right? Yeah. I'm still having fun going through the story. I like listening to the story. And once again, I'm a bit confused as to where we are in terms of what's happened and what hasn't happened or not. But you know, I like the story of this game, and I don't remember like all the details of a lot of these things. So it's nice going through it. I'm having a lot of fun. Yeah, I finally remapped some of the keys. Got rid of the abilities that aren't abilities for me anymore. Cleaned up the bar. Now that the matter of Ramuh has, for the present, been put to rest, there's something I would show you, Kelwyn. A scroll. It is a letter of thanks signed by the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance, acknowledging the Scions' tireless service to this realm. Sweet. Words of acknowledgement. It mentions in particular the names of all of the defeated primals: Ifrit, Titan, Garuda, Good King Mogglemog XII, Leviathan, and now Ramuh. One of those is not like the others. Needless to say, there is only one among our number to have faced them all. I mean, besides you yourself, as a possessor of the Echo, and a great skilled combatant, I'm like the only one who can, so of course it was me. And though these words of gratitude were addressed to our order as a whole, I feel that they were meant for you above all others. I too must offer my heartfelt thanks for all you have done. In the course of your duties, you have never once failed to answer my call to arms. You are a true hero, Kelwyn, and Eorzea is much the safer for your presence. Thank you. I'm a badass. Why do I look concerned there? Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. Oh, I'm just like, what you mean? This shit's still dangerous AF. We ain't safe. We got fucking enemies around every corner. Never let your guard down, Ophelia. Pray do not misunderstand me. I said safer, not safe. I know only too well that we can ill afford to lower our guard. The Ascians may be relied upon to sow chaos in this realm until such a time as they are forced to stop. Why, even without their encouragement, you may be assured that the man would have foment strife on his own, and that is to say nothing of the beast tribes. Assured that man, in general, would have foment strife on his own, is that to say nothing about the beast tribes. Unless we learn to live in harmony, the primals, too, will return to plague us again and again. And yet, despite all this, your deeds serve to inspire the people, to give them hope for a better tomorrow, and there is no greater gift. That we have the courage to strive for what might otherwise seem an impossible peace. We owe in no small part to the dangers you have faced on our behalf, and the people you have won over to our cause in doing so. Our list of enemies has ever been long, but think of the allies with whom we are now blessed. Oh. You mean the staff? Yeah, the staff is funky, just don't worry about it. It's like a tree staff, but the face is like in a crone face. I was just given this staff, it had better stats, and I was like, okay, I guess I wield this now. Of the sylphs of Little Solace, who wish not of conflict. Of the Alamegans and the Domans who stand with us, determined to halt the dread march of the Empire. And then there are the many unsung individuals who have gathered here in Revenant's Toll, honest men and women who seek to employ their skills for the good of all. Of course, when speaking of our greatest allies, we must not forget those closest to us, by which I mean our fellow Scions. Thanks to their many and varied talents, our order is uniquely equipped to combat the far-reaching corruption of the Ascians. And combat it we shall. I mean, this is great pep talk, Ophelia, but okay. Your enthusiasm is truly heartwarming and descendant. Given our embarrassing wealth of allies, I trust it will not inconvenience you unduly if I absent myself for a time. Who's speaking? Oh, it's Alphinaud. Alfie? Alphinaud, I take it the troubles of Ul'dah no longer require your attention? The troubles of Ul'dah are all... I feel like Ul'dah is always going to have troubles. Yeah, if it didn't have the face, I'm always game for like a tree branch-esque staff, but yeah, I was just like, okay, I guess there's just a face on it. Sorry, maybe it's just Grandma Willow from Pocahontas. But in staff form. Great staff, yeah. There are yet rumblings of discontent, but the air of simmering violence is largely dissipated. Tis to report such that I stand before you now. That, and to speak with you concerning a new organization we discussed. Say what? I have a message from you from Ellie. Oh, the young girl? Yeah, did she find her parents? Ahem, you recall the refugee girl? Yes, I do. The one whose parents were missing? Yes, I do. They were found unharmed. She wished me to pass on her thanks to you. Oh, thank goodness they found the parents. Disney gonna sue. Listen, I don't think they have the copyright to a tree face. A face in a tree. It was specifically also a willow. Why, Alphinaud, am I to understand that you made the effort to remember the poor girl's name? I look forward to reading all about her in your report. I do hope you left nothing out. Jeez. Kelwyn, You have been away from Revenant's Toll for some time now, I believe. Yeah, I guess I've been out and about. Might I suggest you put the affairs of the realm to one side for the moment and take this opportunity to reacquaint yourself with the town? You're right in that until Runic led me to the vendors, I had no idea there was a rest of the town. I was just like, listen, I got my aetherite crystal and this building, and that's all I need. Which reminds me, one of the Doman children recently inquired as to your whereabouts. Yozen was his name. I believe he has some small matter he wishes to share with you. Why not oblige him a visit? Sure thing. Those are good shillings. Yeah, Rooney's been a champion helping me out here and there. Alfie. After we parted Nul'Dai, I paid a visit to the refugees. Though a fundamental solution remains far off, I believe that at the very least there should be no armed uprisings in the near future. I am given to understand that you resolved the matter of Ramuh. I will ask Philia for a full report next we speak. You have done well, Kelwyn. Of course I have. I only do well. I realize that you must be quite tired from your travails, but I would most appreciate if you could find a moment to speak with young Yozen. He has been through much on his own right, I'm sure. Yeah, man, that new expansion hype. I'll be watching from afar as everybody jumps into Endwalker while I'm way behind here in Realm Reborn content. I did not know how far I was from Heaven's Word content, apparently. Oh wow, there's a bunch of new children here as well. Who are you guys? Are you taking a rest too? Promise you'll play with us again soon. The game of hide and seek Investor Bay. Oh, these are the children that were playing hide and seek. The most fun I've ever had in forever. If I was big as a mountain and strong as a bear like Mr. Boulder is, maybe I would like fighting more. Yozen's always been the strongest of us, but even he's no match for Koharu when she's mad. Yo, kids, I hear you were looking to speak with me. Look, it's Miss Kelwyn. She's back from her adventures. We heard you were off fighting primals, and that there were some of the strongest enemies you could ever face. I wish I could have seen you in battle. Please don't follow me towards any primal fight. That's dangerous. Those are the same children, just different outfits. Yeah, I forgot their names because they only appeared once, and I figured they weren't gonna appear again. So it's just like, what is this? Other children who I don't know? And it's just like, oh, okay, it's those children. Anyway, we all want to be heroes too, so we finally formed our very own Doman Adventures Guild to protect all Domans. Way to go, kids. Oh, do you think you could train us today, Miss Kelwyn? Maybe you could show us how you fought the primals. Sure, we'll do some, I don't know, training exercises, like don't leave yourself open stances and shit. What's all this commotion then? Oh, it's the B team. The B squad. Mr. Boulder and Mr. Coltonet. Did you know that Miss Kelwyn is back? Now you do. Look, here I am. So it would seem. Welcome home, Kelwyn. My companions and I but recently became full members of the Scions, and I believe proper introductions have yet to be made. I've spoken to you nearly every time I've come back since I've come back to this game. I'm known as Hoary Boulder. I have spoken to you before, and this bookish fellow is Coltonet. Though we remain largely unproven as adventurers, we have taken it upon ourselves to instruct the Doman younglings in the arts of combat. Way to go, guys. The B Squad. It's the B Squad. There's always like, there's usually like other adventurers that are like part of the Scions, but they're not part of the A Squad. They're just sort of like, you know, we also have other adventurers that are members, more or less, dealing with the small shit. I told you, Mr. Boulder, we are not younglings anymore. We're adventurers. We were just asking Miss Coleman if she'd give us some special training. I think we're ready to hunt monsters alongside her, don't you? Okay, don't jump too quickly, dude. Alright, you're too wee. Too wee. Well, you've certainly been diligent with your drills, but I'm afraid the fiends of Mordona are still ever so slightly too dangerous for you. Yeah, let's start small. I have a counter-proposal. What if we were to cross swords with Kelwyn? A demonstration of skill at arms, if you will. Hori, if I didn't know you better, and I do, I would say you were merely seeking to test yourself against a legend. Ha ha ha! Well, perhaps I am, but what matters the motive when the children stand to learn so much from the lesson? Alright, 1v1 me, bitch, let's go. What say you, Kelwyn? Would you consent to spar with me? Heck yeah, let's go. I'll kick your ass. Gently. Hurrah! We're here, we're to have a tournament. Come on, everyone, we must prepare our gear for an outing. An outing? How far are we? I guess we can't spar in here because we don't want to break anything, but like... Do not disappoint them, hmm? Yeah, don't fall over too quickly. Have faith, Coltonette. I shall summon every last ounce of my strength to make of this a worthy contest. The fields to the east of town should prove suitable for our purpose. Oh, we gonna be attacked? I very much look forward to our bout. Okay. We are most certainly going to be attacked. Okay, well, maybe not most certainly, but we might be attacked. This shit never goes well. Going outside the city? Bad idea. Okay. Out this way. I guess we're not far outside the city, so at least there's that. Chillins. Is sparring dangerous? I don't think I want to see anyone else being hurt. Gentle soul. We had a master of lessons back in Doma, and the way he taught us was very different from Mr. Boulder, but I'm not sure which way is better, but I think I like them both. Different teachers, different methods. Since becoming a scion, I have had much opportunity to hear news of your epic deeds. I must confess then that my excitement rivals that of children's at the prospect of seeing you in action firsthand. It's a lot of casting one spell over and over again. Miss Kelwyn is here. Let the battle begin. Single player duty, I see. As we left the Rising Stones, Mr. Thankard asked us where we were going. I told him we were off to watch you and Mr. Boulder fight, and he looked very surprised. I hope we haven't made him cross. Friendly sparring, Thankard. Friendly sparring. Alright, let's go. 'Twas good of you to agree to this, Kelwyn. I trust you're ready to begin? Duty calls. Commence battle for Guardian of Eorzea. Level sync is in effect. If you are above the maximum allowed level, will be so. Okay, I proceed. Let's go. Very well, let us not keep the younglings waiting any longer. Ahem, Hori, are you certain you wish to fight her alone? That is Kelwyn you face. You know, Kelwyn, Slayer of Primals? We'll certainly kick your ass, Kelwyn. What better way to test my mettle? Pray, allow me to attempt the first round unaided. After all, 'twas this hero's legend that led me to join the Scions to begin with. Wow, I'm inspiring other people to help people. Without Kelwyn to inspire my efforts, I would not be half the warrior I am today. Your point is well made, but remember, this is for the children's sake as well as your own. Should it appear the contest will end too swiftly, I shall add my spells to your blade work. It looks like your ass is gonna get kicked too swiftly, I'll jump in. Damn, I am being held up as pretty legendary. Hello, you haven't begun yet, have you? Is this Thancred? Oh, everybody's coming in. All right, join in to bear witness to this ass whooping. Oh no. Oh, dude, it doesn't. Yeah, he wants to impress Yita. Yita, what? Who are all these people? When I heard about your sparring match, I told everyone I could find. Thought you could use a crowd to cheer you on. Yes, and there are still more to come. When I mentioned Kelwyn's name, the reaction was quite enthusiastic. Why, my own popularity seems to but a sickly shade in comparison. You'd best claim victory, Bringer of Light. Your burgeoning reputation is at stake. Well, our teacher won't be beaten so easily. He's a master swordsman. Oh no, this is suddenly a lot of pressure. You can win, Mr. Boulder. I'll go easy on you. A little bit. Not a lot. If it looks like I need to, I will. just announce. An ons. We shall soon see, on your guard. I know it wouldn't be a contest unless I went all out though, so let's go. Oh, he's suddenly very cocky. Let's get regen going. Once again, a lot of casting the same thing over and over. Keeping my regen. Oh, is he already gone? Ah, such powers. The tails barely do you justice. Mr. Boulder won't lose, will he? It's not over yet. It can't be. Aye, the children have the right of it. 'Tis time I join the fray. On your feet. Okay, 2v1, alright. Oh, I can't actually attack this man. Oh, shoot. Oh, he's being healed. Can I not attack this guy? Okay, yes, I can. There we go. I'm gonna say always take out the caster first. Alright. Oh, there we go. Get the dots running again. Okay. Oh no, he looks hurt. I must admit defeat. 'Twas an honor and a privilege. Miss Kelly is so strong, but you can't give up, Mr. Boulder. He's got round 3, third win. Can't disappoint the younglings. Rawr! Well, you're putting up a brave fight. Most people don't go three rounds on this. They don't stand back up again, so... Never have I faced such strength, but the lesson must continue. You don't hurt yourself. 'Tis your example I follow. Surrender not to the implacable foe. You're a brave lad. What is he doing? Buffing himself, perhaps? Yay! I was only 2v1. There wasn't a third. But they needed to. They needed to, LJ. We're too strong. Our protagonist's powers are almighty. You've bested me. I yield. You did good, kid. That was incredible! She beat them both at the same time! Yay, we're getting clamps. Front of your hand. We knew you couldn't lose, Kelwyn. None can defeat the Guardian of Eorzea. Experienced adventure. Now I see why they send you to deal with the primals. I have much more work to do if I am ever to attempt the same. Look at this lady with the periwinkle cat hair. These guys were just like, yeah, let's see Kelwyn kick some ass live. Are you okay? That was right. This is where my healing magic comes in. Don't worry, guys. I kick ass, but I also heal. They couldn't beat the creepy staff. Yeah, man. The creepy stuff. It's a distraction tool. No, we're just like, what the fuck is that? I'm already casting. Impressive as always, Kelwyn. 'Tis ever a pleasure to witness the spectacle of your martial prowess. And judging by the smiles on these many faces, they too appreciate the hard-won strength that keeps the perils of the realm at bay. Guardian of Eorzea. Yes, that is the most fitting title. I mean, it's true enough. It's true enough. Also, it's kind of what Ramuh tasked me with, more or less. Do you recall when we first met? 'Twas at the memorial service at the Battle of Carteneau. I don't recall when we first met. Do you recall when we first met? No. It was at the memorial service in the Battle of Carteneau, still not ringing the bells. At the time, I was yet attempting to understand this land of Eorzea. I thought to grasp the reason why grandfather willingly sacrificed himself to protect it. I shall speak plainly. My initial impressions were less than favorable. Dire problems abounded, and yet the effort I saw expended towards their solution was haphazard and half-hearted. I thought Eorzeans a foolish and childish people. Considering the shambles their home was in, I could not have been surprised if someone had chosen to swear allegiance to Gaius and the order he proposed to enforce, though the goddess's single-minded military invasion precluded any such switching of loyalties, of course. Were it not for a desire to continue grandfather's legacy, I would have abandoned the realm to its fate long ago. The threats were too many, the nations too self-involved and unstable. I'm slightly sad. 'Twas you who convinced me the salvation of Eorzea was possible. Alphinaud! I'm learning I'm inspiring so many people. 'Twas you who taught me through countless acts of bravery that what my grandsire sought to preserve was not the land, nor its history, nor any single nation. It was its people. And now I smile again. It was the people. These wonderful, oft infuriating, stubborn people that suffer blow after terrible blow only to drag themselves back to their feet to face another day. Though he never put such feelings into words, I believe grandfather's admiration for their inextinguishable courage grew into a fervent wish. A wish to aid Eorzea and its inhabitants in charting a course for the future. A wish that has now become my own. Let's go! I too will endeavor to take up the mantle of Guardian of Eorzea and champion these people who toil towards a better world. I mean, that's what we're all doing in the Scions, right? Our cause, however, is not a simple one. The troubles that plague us are of a scale that cannot be solved by the Scions of the Seventh Dawn alone. I mean, yeah, we are a small organization, but I mean, that's, you know, we're neutral and, you know, we have a lot of allies, though. I mean... No, what is needed to tackle the root of the primal threat and effectively counter the schemes of the Ascians is a new, expanded organization that operates beyond the limitations of nations and borders. But couldn't that self-same be achieved if we just expanded the Scions? If you would aid me in building an organization, then pray let us continue the discussion back within the walls of the Rising Stones. Isn't this just like Scions expanded? Alright. Surprisingly not attacked. Very wholesome. I am hardened and my spirits are lifted. Let's go see what was happening with this. Oh, people have moved. New dialogue. Most of the squad's here. Squad.
I can't wait for Alphinaud to start his new company. I love making new friends. I fear Yida's boundless optimism is beginning to affect my better judgment, and your tendency to triumph against the most terrible foes is certainly not helping matters.
Yasholah's like, curses, I'm becoming less of a pessimist. Damn it all. Stop succeeding so much. It's messing with me.
Your bout with Hori Portal was more stirring than 100 lines of my passionate poetry. Mayhaps I should arrange a sparring match of my own. Papalimo. I wish Yida were not so eager to look to the future when we have so many problems in the here and now.
Fair enough. We have Yasholah the pessimist, Papalimo the realist, and Yida the optimist. And then Thancred. Who's just Thancred.
Don't mind me chilling. That's...
Thanks for being here, Runic. Once again, I don't mind if people just be lurking and chilling. I usually do that in stream, so I appreciate it.
No, this won't do it all, and then I'll...
Sorry, let me start the line again.
No, this won't do it all, and then I'll have to... Oh, hello, Kelwyn. If you don't mind, I'm terribly busy at the moment.
Oh, okay, sorry, Tataru.
'Tis not enough that I'm here for my daughter. I must do what little I can to help you all succeed in your monumental tasks. Thanks, Fahami. This place has become as a hive, and its bees flit about in constant motion. Perhaps a soothing pot of tea will coax one or two of them to light and take a moment's rest.
Very metaphorical of you.
Our dome and farming methods have been adopted here on the frontier. 'Tis too early yet to know if they will prove to be effective.
Oh, it's the kids.
My people's spirits were thoroughly crushed by the loss of our homeland, but thanks to your courage and generosity, I see their inner flames once more flicker back to life. I, too, have felt my strength of will make a gradual return. I thought the idea foolish at first, but it seemed that sparring match well served its purpose. Why, I can hardly wait to return to my studies and seek to improve upon my own technique.
Cool beans. Dude, good spar, good spar. Kelwyn, I must thank you again for agreeing to our bout. And I must thank the gods 'twas not a duel to the death. I will, however, cherish the lesson of each scrape and bruise as I work to better my swordplay.
I like the way Master Coltonet fought. No swords or fists. I wonder if I studied hard, would I be able to cast spells like that too?
You definitely seem like the spellcasting sort. You'd seem like a healer type.
Mr. Bowler's sore and beaten, but he said he'd return straight to his training. Heh, I don't think he likes to lose. We just decide who's in Adventurers Guild will do what. I'm fairly certain Yozen will have to be the sword fighter. He always has to be in the thick of the action.
Oh, looks like these guys are already signing themselves classes. We got a wee adventurer group in the making.
Mr. Boulder fought well, but he was no match for you, Miss Kelwyn. Just you wait. One day I'll be good enough to knock you from the top of your mountain.
I'll be waiting, kid. Gladly would I welcome another Guardian of the Realm. Are you home? Philly, you have anything to say?
The primal threat presently subdued, now's the perfect time to focus on new endeavors. Alphinaud has been laying the groundwork for this organization of his, and he looks to you to help turn his proposal into reality. Pray, lend him what aid you can.
Okay.
Thank you for coming, Kelwyn. The world shifts and alters, and we, my friend, must ever be one step ahead of the chaos. What I propose is the formation of a new organization, a group that shall pave the way for a truly united Eorzea. Did I go in my inventory? Okay. Do I have something that can equip a gem? Is that something that's something that goes in something like that? I don't know where the gem slots would be in this shit. Oh wait, hold on. Nope. Yeah, we'll hang on to it and I'll look into that shit later. Alright, Alfie. Alphinaud wishes to request your assistance in a new endeavor. Okay. Pray, forgive me if I tread over old ground, but I would first speak of the grand plan. Okay. Since the advent of the 7th astral era, the leaders of the three nations have been deliberating over an accord that seeks to bring the disparate forces of Eorzea together into a single entity. A realm-wide grand company, if you will. The military might of such an institution would be drawn from every corner of the land and directed against threats that no single nation could hope to overcome alone. Okay, so like a united army. Yet while the purpose of this hypothetical organization is undisputed, the logistics of its formation have become the source of endless debate. And the longer these discussions continue, the more I sense the impetus towards unification draining away. Thus have I been campaigning for the creation of what might be considered a trial company. It will be on a much smaller scale than what we hope to eventually achieve, but capable of the same manner of unrestricted operation according to the Scions. 'Tis my hope that the successful utilization of such a force will lend momentum to the lagging deliberations. Okay, so it basically will be like the Scions, but army. Instead of like a bunch of plucky individuals. Also, being a primarily military outfit, I mean to assuage fears of its misuse by placing the fledgling organization under the authority of the Antecedent. Okay, so it's basically just going to be a branch of military for the Scions. We could make this on our own, you know. There's nothing that's stopping us. We're just being like, hey guys, we're making an army. We don't plan on attacking you. We're just going to use it for ourselves, you know. We just recruit more people to Scions, and we're just like, oh, there's a lot of us now. The Scions work tirelessly to protect Eorzea and its people. But as you yourself have witnessed with the refugee revolt, there are limitations to what we can achieve. Dude, even if we had an army, there was nothing we could do about that. That was all like political shenanigans shit. The new company under the Scion's command, however, we will be capable of responding to a wider range of difficulties without straining our resources or overtaxing your formidable talents. The goal of my proposed organization and those of the Scions are ultimately identical, a point conceded by all concerned. Before I can move forward with establishing the precursor of the true, border-spanning Grand Company, it is yet necessary that I visit the three leaders and gain their official approval. A tiresome and time-consuming task, which is why I would ask that you accompany me on this journey. So that you can also be part of this tiresome and time-consuming task, and I can have company. And attend to business of recruiting our inaugural members while I'm otherwise okay, so while he's engaging in bureaucratic shit, I'm gonna be like, hey guys, anybody want to join this new army? So recruiting our inaugural members while I may otherwise engage with bureaucratic formalities. Okay, I guess. Thank you. 'Tis reassuring indeed to know that the Bringer of Light and her discerning eye will be selecting our future allies. Our first destination will be Limsa Minza. Let us rendezvous at Bulwark Hall. Alright. Oof, that was a lot. That was a lot. I think I'm gonna call it here. I think that's a good stopping point. We did 2 primals today. We did Leviathan. We did Ramu. Did all of that associated story. Yeah. I don't know. I'll maybe we'll well, I'm thinking because I want to get through. There's a lot of Final Fantasy story. And if I'm gonna go through it all, I want to make it a decent clip, and then also still keep the days that I stream Overwatch. The second day for Final Fantasy is something I'll definitely have to do, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I'll be able to keep the schedule. I won't burn out. If I do, then maybe I'll reconsider, because I wanna get through the story. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for watching. I'll be continuing with the Overwatch support grind on my Tuesday morning stream. And then yeah, Final Fantasy will probably be the Friday night, Saturday morning stream, EST, and then then this time's pod today. We'll be adding an extra day. We'll see how that goes for me. We'll see how that goes for me. But I'm having a lot of fun with this. I didn't know, like, a lot of the story I didn't actually know. Or actually I did kind of know. Like I said, I knew of the Remove fight and the Leviathan fight, and I did, like, I don't know, I must have been watching someone, because I knew that guy was gonna get assassinated. Like, I had a strong case of deja vu there. So I definitely remember watching that part. But a lot of this is, yeah, I'm confusing a lot of the story here, and I didn't know I had this much yet still to go. In terms of a Realm Reborn story before even hitting anything Heavensward, so we'll get there eventually, though. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. And yeah, have a good day, night, whatever time zone. Be safe out there and take care of yourselves.